my friends. Today let's enjoy a comfortable practice emphasizing softening the elbows. Release your elbows downward from your shoulders, outward toward your hands, releasing your fingers. Softening your neck, allowing the shoulders to fall comfortably, your shoulder blades softening down your back so that your hands settle along the sides of your body. Releasing your chest, softening your belly, your lower back. Relaxing your glutes and your hips, your thighs, your knees, your lower legs, even your toes, comfortably settled to the ground. Allowing those waves of softness to travel down the body, as though there is cleansing rain falling from the sky. It falls down the front surface of the body, and then it releases down the back surface of the body. Take your time. For this practice, spend extra time releasing down the sides of the body. Fresh, clear water falling from the sky, softening the top of the head, washes over the ears, sides of the neck. Gently release the tops of the shoulders, the upper arms, softening your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, and your fingers. Release the rib side, sides of your hips, sides of your thighs and lower legs, sides of your feet, and into the earth. And at some point, that same clear, fresh movement, making space and releasing through the center line of the body. And then when you're ready, your hands comfortably settle on top of your navel. Begin to gently circle the navel with your hands. Don't lift your shoulder, don't tighten your elbow. Try not to lead the movement with your elbows. Simply allow your elbows to hang and remain soft, allowing the movement to lead through the hands. Continue breathing normally as you soften your abdomen. Try not to pull your elbows back behind you or force them forward. Simply allow them to be gentle extensions of the shoulder joint. Both directions. Eventually spiraling back inward toward the navel. Keeping your elbows, your forearms, your hands very soft. Sliding your hands around your waist to your lower back. Careful not to pull your elbows forward or tighten them backward or pull your shoulders up. Again, allow the elbows to drape naturally from softened shoulders. Don't pull your shoulder up. Allow your elbow to release down. Avoid trying to lead the movement with your elbows, which is a common mistake. Instead, simply allow your hands to lead the movement, so that there is no binding up around the elbows. You're not running into your elbows. Softening the tops of your shoulders, the sides of your neck. Don't allow the elbows to fall backward. Comfortable and effortless. Again, don't lead with the elbows. Let the hands lead the movement as you soften through the leg into the ground. Allowing the neck to remain soft and long so that the head stays light. Smaller and smaller movements. Eventually, again, the hands settle on the navel. Elbows not tight against the body, not pulled upward or forward, simply an extension of a comfortable shoulder girdle, chest position, neck position. Settling your hands into the front of the hip as a reminder to soften that area. Again, continue to allow the elbows to hang comfortably from the shoulder joint, free and extended all the way to the fingertips, both directions, allowing the tailbone to spin comfortably. Then allowing the first knuckle of the fist to rest comfortably right next to the bone that you feel on the side of the hip. Be careful not to lean backward or forward, pulling your elbows forward and back. You're simply softening around the hips, using your hands on the sides of your legs as a reminder to keep those areas especially open and released. Both directions. A reminder to allow your movement to be generated through release, through making space, rather than through tension or control. Just let go and enjoy the movement. And then softening your arms down by your sides. If you'd like, you can draw your feet together unless it makes you feel unstable. Continue releasing your elbows and arms long. Continue to allow the neck to release so that the head is continuing upward to lengthen the spine, the hips continuing to release downward. Effortless and free. Looking down and then rolling the neck up, and then starting small again in the opposite direction, protecting your neck, continuing to allow the arms to release. It's as though the elbows and the hands are heavy because your arms are so soft. Allow your breath to remain natural and easy, and then looking down into the ground, full length of your spine softening, the tailbone relaxed downward, and then very gently rolling up the neck, and continuing over the top, like a car tire rolling forward. Allowing your chest to sink and lift, and as your shoulders follow that circle, your elbows will follow suit. As your palms turn forward, your elbows point backward. As your chest sinks, your shoulders roll forward, and your palms face backward, it's as though your elbows point out toward the sides. But don't use force to create this. Simply open your back and then open your front, allowing your shoulders to circle comfortably. Continuing to breathe naturally. Smaller and smaller movements, keeping your forearms, your elbows, your shoulders soft, your hands relaxed, and closing whenever you're done. Allow your awareness to sink behind the navel. And then, gently allowing your elbows to soften. They bend comfortably. Allow your shoulder to soften. As the shoulder softens, it lengthens outward toward the elbows. You're not locking the elbows here in any position. Your arms have a comfortable curve. Simply allow the elbow to bend without force or control. Make it casual. And again, reach only as far as is comfortable for you. There should be no pain. Allow the elbows to sink as your hand drops down. The hand leads the movement, not the elbow. opening your front, opening your back to look up and down. Do not pull on your shoulders. Don't force your neck to twist. You're not pushing your shoulders up or down. You're not pulling your elbows backward or forward. Simply gently opening the front and the back, allowing for a curve. And then softening all the way down through your body. Closing whenever you're finished. Again, allowing the hands to lead and to guide the sinking through your body. Don't pull your elbows down to create the movement. The elbows are simply a free conduit between the shoulders and the hands. During White Snake, do not lift the shoulders, but you may lift the elbow higher than the shoulders if your shoulders are free. Again, don't lead with the elbows on the way up and down. The hand leads the movement. The hand leads the movement. If you lock your elbow or lock your shoulder, the movement is disrupted. Instead, allow the hand to simply shoot outward, like you're tossing a beanbag forward. No effort. Be free with your feet. Allow the shoulder blades to sink down the back, the breath to be easy. Your chest will rise and sink comfortably. The elbow naturally flexes without effort. The elbows pointing mostly down as they move forward. Be careful not to lift or do anything crazy with your shoulders. Be natural. Closing whenever you're finished. Elbows are free against the side of the body, not clamped down. Your breath is also free. A few breaths of meditation at the end of every practice. Quiet your mind. As you move into Golden Snake, you can take a slightly wider stance, perhaps the distance of 3 of your feet, more or less, but allow it to be comfortable so that your hips aren't binding up or tightening up. Your hand rests comfortably along the side of your body. Allow your elbow to be free on both sides. Be easy. Avoid holding your breath. Avoid forcing your hips to twist. Leading with the hand. The fingertips lead the movement. If you try to lead with your elbow, everything gets bound up in the shoulder. Fingertips lead the movement. Fingertips. If you try to push with your elbow or push with your shoulder, the movement can't go all the way through and becomes tangled inside your own body. Fingertips, hand, not the elbow. Continue to release the neck, as though allowing your crown of your head to float upward. Shoulders soft, and softening all the way through the elbow, through the wrist to the fingertips. Allowing the body to open comfortably. One side opens away from the other, and then closes toward the other. Opens away from the other, and then closes toward the other. The chest rises, the chest sinks comfortably. Waist turns, allowing the opposite hip to remain soft and open, the weight comfortably settled through your feet. Everything easy and open. The mind is quiet. And when you're finished, closing. Softening your hands, your elbows, your shoulders, your chest, your waist, your hips, your knees, your feet. All of your awareness settling into that space in the center of your body. Don't pull your elbows against your side. Keep your shoulders soft and long. Crown of the head naturally open, suspended, as you soften your neck. This is a moment of spontaneous movement for you. Improvisation, freedom. I'll do a few basic movements if you'd like to follow me. Here I am simply softening side to side, leading with my hands again. My shoulders and elbows are easy. You can also soften front and back. Again, this is also wonderful for the hips, shoulders, the elbows. Natural, soft flexion of that joint. You can imagine that you are seaweed at the bottom of the ocean, washing forward and back with the tide. Allow your body to move in such a way that you can find those spots that are asleep or frozen or not taking part, and allow them to release and allow the movement to wash through them. You can try opening and closing. The elbows are soft and free as the palms point up and down. The shoulder blade sinks in the back. The chest naturally rises and sinks. This is called opening the heavens and closing the earth. Be easy, comfortable. Notice how the elbows are allowed to fully express themselves. Also, this is called closing the heavens, opening the earth. The elbows point down as you settle your chest, sink your shoulder blades down your back. Allow everything to sink through your body to the ground. You can also imagine that you're reaching out and gathering water. The softer your hands are, the better. Your elbows naturally flex and are comfortable. as though you're gathering water through the navel into the center of your body. Softer and softer with each circle. A little more alive. Slowly moving toward middle embracing stance. Notice the comfort in the elbows, the freedom of movement. If you find yourself clamping on the elbows or holding them still, just be free there. Find some ease. The elbows simply settle alongside the body. Your awareness resting between the palms, the navel, and the spine. Smile. Again, closing when you're finished, softening through the body. Be as free and uninhibited as the river behind me. Flowing water, washing down, settling into the middle of your body, nourishing you, quieting your mind. When you're ready, hands settling, the tops of your hips against your belly, soften long through the hips, lengthening your spine before dropping your head down, lengthening it further, and then rolling upward, like a turtle drinking qi. The elbows are soft, a gentle extension from your shoulders. Don't pull them against your body or force them forward. Simply release from the shoulders to the hands. The hips settle backward as you sink down. Spine is long, and then even longer. Rolling up the body, opening down the front, and then down the back. Take your time. Closing when you're finished. And then giant snake. This movement is particularly good for releasing through the elbows, and so we'll actually do this twice during this form. Elbows naturally flexing, leading with the fingertips and the hands. Don't lead with the elbows, otherwise it just twists you up. Don't lead with your shoulders either. Hands softening along all the way around. Don't flop around. Notice how free it's possible for your elbows to become as you practice this. Lengthening gently upward. As you soften your wrists, allow your elbows to flex and circle comfortably. This is a wonderful way to soften the forearms and the musculature around the elbows. Top and the bottom, both directions. Again, leading with the hands, not the elbows or the shoulders or the chest. Everything floats up. And then you effortlessly soften from the hands through the elbows to the shoulders, first in one direction. Leading with the hands, allow the hands to guide the movement of softening through your body, not your elbows. And then the other direction, again softening from the fingertips to the shoulders as you gather the earth up, and it flows up your tailbone to your spine and then forward. Do not allow your shoulders or your elbows to bind up during this movement. Find a way to keep them free. Notice how open your elbows feel after those swings. Closing when you're finished. One more time. Giant snake shaking its tail, emphasizing freedom through the arms. Allow the opposite hip to stay open as you turn. Don't allow it to be pulled with you or twist your knees. Your knees stay facing over your toes, always. Your navel turns from side to side, not just your chest or shoulders. Neck is constantly free, as is your breath. Emphasize allowing the movement to be free as it flows down your hands, from the shoulders, through the elbow, through the forearms, the wrists, the palms to their fingertips. The movement is easy. You can even look behind if you're able to do it without twisting your knees or doing something strange with your spine. Stay safe. And if you'd like to, you can also spend a little extra time lightly tapping on your navel, keeping your forearms and your elbows loose. Smaller and smaller. And again, allowing your awareness to accumulate in that space between the navel and the spine. Perhaps you can feel it growing warm there. Then settling into a comfortable, basic posture, as though you are falling asleep on your feet. Your mind is quiet, and your awareness sinks down deep into the body, into the bones. Warming your hands when you're ready. Only ever put warm hands against your skin. Don't tighten your shoulders. Keep everything released. Even this circular movement with your hands is a chance to soften the elbows. Warming your face, staying comfortable. Focus on any extra places that seem like they might need more help than usual. Get your ears nice and warm. Don't lift your shoulders. Whenever you lift your hands, be careful not to bind up in the elbows. Keep the movement connected and through from the shoulders to the hands. release all the way around the shoulders so that the movement is free to travel outward, toward and through the elbows. Spend some extra time just below the elbow at the top of the forearm. You may find a sore spot there. Spend time warming and releasing these areas. You can even spend some time gently massaging and pounding it if you'd like. The elbow remains open. This helps you to soften your shoulder in the correct position and move your ribs in a nice open position to be massaged. The release of the movement through your elbows to your hands helps to shape the movements throughout your entire body. So you always want to have some awareness of this freedom and effortlessness through the elbows. The elbows are quiet. An open passageway. Spend extra time warming your back if you'd like. Lots of different ways to release and warm it up, but don't start lifting your shoulders or using it as an excuse to hurt your back. Just stay comfortable. Find a way to make it work for you. The knees also have a relationship with the elbows. So you may choose to spend some extra time softening around your knees. And of course, we'll spend some extra time softening around the arms, up the outside, down the inside, emphasizing softening through the arm to the hand, and helping any sense of free flow be encouraged down to the fingertips. Make sure to keep your opposite shoulder and elbow soft as well. Don't use it as an excuse to tighten up. Take your time here. As you release from your hips through your shoulders, past your elbows to your hands, and let your elbows stay soft and open. Notice how free and warm they feel. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope you have a wonderful day.